Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the exercise Build and Test a Multiple Slope in Condition. This video will pick up right where the last one left off. Okay, now that we have the cut side finished up, we're going to work on the fill side. So again, I'm going to right click, add new component. It's going to be our end condition. We're going to change the name now to fill 1 to 2, and then come over to the feature and change that as well. And for this, we're going to pick grade fill and change our priority to 8. Remember that our 1 to 2 slope is going to be the last option that we want to solve for. We can go ahead and data point on that hinge point again. Make sure that it changes color there and becomes bold. That means it's going to share that point. So all our end conditions branch from that same hinge point. Once we have that done, we are going to toggle off the check for interception. If you'll remember, in our standards, we have a 12-foot clear zone or crash recovery zone. And we don't need to check for the interception for that. So we're going to come down to the drop-down list, and we're going to change this to berm. You'll see that it changes our point style. So again, it's critical that you select the point name first from the drop-down list. Once that's done, we can come in here and edit this name to our liking. So I'm going to call this our fill berm. And again, it's going to be at 12 foot. This time, it's at a negative 10% slope. So once we have that all filled out, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And now for the last point to wrap that up, we do want it to check for interception. We want it to place a point there, and we do want our end condition to be infinite. We're going to change our name again, and this time we're going to pick fill. And when we do that, we see the point style automatically change. So again, it's important to pick that point name. Now I'm going to edit that to say fill 1 to 2. And this time our horizontal slope is going to be 10 foot at our 50% slope. Oops, negative 50% slope. Go ahead and hit enter. And I'm going to right click and finish. There you go. So there's our end condition with our clear zone and then a fill 1 to 2. Last thing we need to do is to add the fill 1 to 4 slope. So again, add new component. It's going to be an end condition. We already have our fill in here. We just need to change this to a 1 to 4 slope. Still a grade fill. This time we're going to set the priority to 6. Data point on our hinge point. Again, we want all of our end conditions branching from that same hinge. Come over here, we do want to check for interception. We do want to place a point there, but we do not want to make this infinite, so uncheck that. And since we have grade fill line there, I can just come in here and change the name to fill 1 to 4. And we're going to put a slope in there of 16 feet at a negative 25% slope. Hit enter. Our point is placed out there. I'm going to right click finish, and there we have it. So now what we need to do is we need to test this. So here we have our end condition. We're going to select our active target or our available targets. Again, I like to set this to something other than 0 and go ahead and click draw. You can see that when we're in the cut section, the 1 to 2 or 1 to 4 process is first, and then we wrap up with the 1 to 2. Likewise, on the fill side, we get our fill 1 to 4 until we run off that 16-foot marker, and then we get our berm in place with an infinite 1 to 2 slope. So that all looks good, so we can go ahead and close this and finally save the library. Again, make sure to save often. Okay, to sum up, when creating, you're setting up both the component and point properties at once. But remember, you can always go in and change those if you make a mistake. Don't think you have to delete and recreate those points. It is critical that you pick the point name from the drop-down list and then make any changes to it that you want to for your standards. That sets up a lot of stuff in the background, and whoever set up your environment spent quite a bit of time to get that all correct. Remember that priorities set the order in which solutions are calculated and can be changed either through the component properties itself or through the test dialog. And finally, test your in-condition components as you're creating them and save them once you've got them working the way you want. And we hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.